many African Americans are weary of the coronavirus vaccine because of what happened with the Tuskegee experiments, where they gave people of color syphilis. Horrible, terrible. You can read about that in history. Read about that in history. And here, a nurse is going to tell about the side effects from the vaccine. And here it is.
Report to share, and that is that 16 million Americans have been affected with coronavirus now. We have passed that 16 million benchmark. That also increases the total of deaths from 296,000 to over 297,000. The numbers are just stunning. The pace with which they are accelerating is remarkable. Let me get, though, to the side effect of the vaccine. A bit earlier, I spoke with a nurse from UCLA who described some pretty severe symptoms after her second dose. Take a listen.
After that second injection, I developed quite a lot of symptoms. I had chills, nausea, fatigue, a headache the day after that vaccine. And then that evening, I started to develop a fever, and that kind of escalated overnight. I woke up the next morning with a very high fever, and at that point, was pretty sure that I had probably received the active vaccine.
That high fever? It registered 104.9. That is not mild. Is this what people should expect, Dr. Azar? And why is this happening mostly after the second dose and not the first?
Right. Well, it's happening after the second dose because, remember, that's essentially a booster. So you're really, really priming your immune system with the first dose, and you're really getting that full reaction, that immune reaction that we actually want to see. So, when you hear vaccine experts talk about these side effects, they don't necessarily welcome them, but it is a sign that your immune system is functioning the way it should, and that is eliciting that immune reaction. Now, that high fever is certainly uncomfortable, and it's nothing to, bat an eye at. Low-grade fever is not unexpected. They did say today in the ACIP meeting that not preemptively treating with Tylenol or, acetaminophen or an anti-inflammatory prior to developing a reaction, but if you do develop some sort of vaccine reaction, that the recommendation, of course, is to treat the symptoms with acetaminophen or an anti-inflammatory. I think it's important to note that, again, the injection site pain, muscle aches, fever, headache, not unexpected, not an allergic reaction, a typical vaccine reaction. But yes, that fever was quite high. As the nurse herself said, these side effects, if you will, or vaccine effects tend to resolve within a day or two.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Dr. Natalie Azar, thank you so much for taking the questions and answering them as you always do so well. And we invite all of you to watch Weekends.
It's very important that President-elect Biden remind the American public that Donald Trump knew about this virus in January 2020. The interview from Bob Woodward on February 7th, 2020, where he downplayed it, and that this downplaying of the virus has occurred all these months. There isn't any national plan, and people have passed away who should not have passed away. All right, and you have to remind the American public of that, because you, President Biden, will be blamed for everything, all right? Everything. So you have to make sure when you get inaugurated on January 20th at 12 noon that you remind the American people of how many people have passed as of that time, and then you take it on from January 20th at 12 noon on, so that you have a benchmark that's there. But you have to remind them that they did not take the proper precautions. They didn't do like what other countries did around the world. And even now, we're still not doing that, okay? We should shut down the country for at least a few months and make sure that everybody still is receiving a payroll, or a survival stimulus, a survival money to help people buy their food, pay their rent, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And then we can open up. And then the economy will grow and grow and grow. So today is Saturday, December 12th, 2020. Thank you for being on my YouTube channel. Bless you.